is if they slip past your sniper, whether it's because your sniper died and they won the SVS, or whether they just fucked him, like they don't give a shit about him and they just walk past. Your job primarily is if they manage to get over here and they're sitting behind minecarts, you want to control that. You want to like take the heal beam and start spamming over here and make sure they don't get to come through for free. Your heavy is also sitting here, so he has an alternative angle. Both of you can try to count your damage out. Make sure that if you hear that they are hurt, you should try to push them, because this is a pretty aggressive hold and it relies a lot on making sure that you punish them. So if you're not taking advantage of that, if you keep trying to just sit back and think, oh, we'll just counter when they Uber into us, that is not how you play this forward hold. You need to be fairly aggressive. You need to make sure that you're actually pressuring them out. All right. That's the basics of that forward hold. As far as trading Ubers goes, there's not really much of a trade. If they use into you, literally just use on your pyro and stuff them back and then chase and post Uber. There's no special tactic here. Any questions?
When would you put Sentry on top of the cliff and back in port chat as a passive hold?
We'll talk about that later, but that's literally just you guys can't hold hill, so just back off and do passive. Like in any scenario in which you guys can't hold cliff, you backed out of first too late, you lost too many people while doing the forward hold, so you guys need to back up. You got white, and then suddenly you're scrambling to try to get a second. All these, any number of things. Just do passive. You can't do the forward. That's it. More questions? None? Really? Alright. Alright, so real quick will be the passive hold. So the passive hold is nothing special. It's literally the pub hold. Everyone just kind of gathers here on platform and does their best to shoot. The difference is you need to understand that this is a shit hold. Any team that knows how to break this will break it instantly. And, you need to be... Basically, if you're doing the passive hold, you should expect that you're going to get pushed out of second at any moment, and you should be ready to leave. So just, sit here with your gun. Your NG is ready to pull it out if necessary. Here's exactly one thing that will get you back into the second forward hold. If you guys are pushed into passive, and you want to retake second forward, there's only one thing that'll work, and that's if you put your sniper all the way back here on tracks, and you have your sniper watch this long sightline and try to get picks. So... basically what I'm saying is every time you guys are stuck back in passive, sniper should always come out here. Always, always. You can sit here on the tracks, or you can go down into the trench if that's more of your taste. Either way, you need to sit back here and you need to try to get a pick. If you can't find the pick, your team is not holding this. They're going to have to back out to third eventually. So this is literally all on you if you guys are on second passive. Once you get the pick, you kill the demo, you kill their enemy sniper or something, then your team can kind of try to slowly edge out here and take more fights out in the open, but that's about it. So literally sit there on your sniper. If your sniper gets some picks, that's when you try to go in and retake off of basic things like, oh, they're through on, and then you go in, but that's really it. So, yeah.
During passive hold, should Pyro start focusing on protecting the sniper more, or should he still stay with combo?
Still stay with combo. The only thing worse than losing your sniper is losing your medic, because the big thing about this passive hold is if you lose your medic, you lose third too, because that means you're not going to have an Uber, you're just going to steamroll in. You lose your sniper, sure, you're going to have to wait for your sniper to respawn, but at least you keep your Uber, you back out here and you're ready to deny if they try to come in. Yeah, any questions? It's literally that simple as far as the passive hold goes.
Where should the flank be, soldier and scout?
It really doesn't matter. You guys are just as useless as your combo at that point. Like, you're all pretty much just gathered over here, taking what fights you can, and there's no particular positioning that will help. It is fun to jump up there and window, I guess, if that's something you're looking for as a flank. See if you can get in there and heckle from the window, but yeah. Any more questions? Going once. Going twice. Alright. Let's talk about second offense.
There wasn't getting any lighter.
So, offense is pretty simple. First, you need cart time. So, some teams take this very literally and they push everyone through the cart because fuck that soldier inside tunnel and they want to make sure that he doesn't do shit. And then they try to guarantee cart time. Then after that, you have your own soldier sitting here. You need to spam the gun. Just make sure that NG feels the hurt. Whatever the fuck, just get card time as much as you can. So whatever you need to do it. If you can get it by only bringing your flank, that's fine. If that soldier's giving you trouble, you can have your pyro rotate here. You can have your demo come here and see if you can knock him out. If that gun stays up and none of you can do anything about it, then you can try to bring your spy. You can tell your spy to focus on sapping that so you guys can pressure cart. Anything goes as far as you can try to get cart time. That's about it. All right, let's talk about hill. So first of all, your heavy is always going to come up here. This is a staircase, by the way. Make sure you remember that. Just come up over here and try to play from the left side. You can get a buff before you want to do this. Play from this left side all the time. Medic, demo, sniper, pyro, all of you over here. So your pyro, you're literally just going to be sitting here making sure your team stays alive. That's it. Demo and sniper, you're going to be trying to control this hill and try to fight that. So first of all, it's your sniper's responsibility to try to take this fight first. Find that enemy sniper. Win that SVS. If their sniper's sitting on that rock over there, you need to win that SVS. So just, try to win that. Try to get their sniper down, whatever you can find. That's it. Meanwhile, your demo is going to be peeking with your sniper just to make sure that they don't just walk at your sniper in case that's something that's happening. If your sniper wins the SVS or he's otherwise occupying them and, your demo's got a bit of time, sometimes I like to be a total fucking retard and just walk forward and see if I can start spamming them, even though their sniper isn't dead. Things like that. So basically, if I'm playing demo here, I try to find some space to walk forward even if their sniper isn't dead. It just gives me time. But also, remember, it's perfectly fine to walk forward. There's a call from your sniper that their sniper's hit 150 or their sniper's headshot. Even if their sniper isn't dead, if he's hit by a headshot or if he's hit by a body shot and he's not, he's 30 health, he's going to have to back off. He's not watching this sight line for a while. So you guys can walk up and try to take some forward ground. It's perfectly fine to do that. All right, so literally just that, you're going to do, have your sniper peek that, and your heavy's going to come from this position. So if they're trying to walk forward at you, this is what your heavy is here for. He's watching from a different angle. Just shoot them as they're walking forward. Otherwise, your heavy can kind of peek from this position and slowly, same thing. Take ground from a different angle. That's it. Just walk forward, take minecart. Once you're up in minecart, literally just spam them. Try not to lose the DM fight. If you're losing the DM fight, you're going to have to back off. There's really not much to it. Otherwise, you can try to, if you fear losing the DM fight and you're like, oh, I know their team is better and they're going to spam us better, then you can just take the Uber in. I don't know, whatever. Do your best, I guess. Just walk in with that Uber. You just need to spam them behind this rock and force them to back the fuck up. Obviously, getting this gun down is huge because then your cart time can just come run through. Your flank can also just run straight through the tunnel and help you guys fight if there's no gun here. So all these things are great. If you take your Uber in, focus the gun down. Then all you need to do is just knock them off the hill and force them back into the passive hole. So, this gun's dead. This dispenser's dead. You guys have taken the hill. What do you do? How do you 100% break the passive hold every single time? All right, the answer is really simple. Your flank is still playing, your scout and your engine in particular is still playing card. They're just going to be focusing card time. Now, your soldier is going to come here on offense and play with combo for exactly one thing. Everyone get buffs. Demo, heavy, soldier, all of you. Heavy goes into window. Your heavy's going to play back here, and he's going to peek from this position when you guys take the push. Demo, soldier takes a buff. Soldier jumps from here, off that wall, and you do a high bomb. Let me demonstrate really quick. Make sure you know what you're expecting. So, you take a buff over here, and you high bomb off this wall. Fuck, I didn't hit the wall properly. You just take a buff, and you high bomb here. Pretend I did this properly. And you just round the corner, and you just land directly on the gun or directly on the 5 people that are clustered right here. You appear from the skybox, you hit 200 damage on everything, and then what happens is once you bomb, everyone peeks. The demo peeks from this corner, and he shreds everything. The heavy peeks from the window, and everything dies. The only thing that deals with any of this, like I mentioned on defense, is the sniper on tracks. So make sure your sniper is taking control of hill from this position and trying to control a large amount of space here and just make sure their sniper doesn't suddenly beat you guys. So that's the only thing. This is 100% guaranteed one push every single time. I am not exaggerating. Just make sure you take notes and you do this if you need to knock them out of the passive hold. All right, any questions? Second offense.
So just
Who asked the question?
Raz.
Sounds like that requires some communication skills.
Yeah, it does.
Something a little tough.
If they're in the forward hold, could it be viable to try a double bomb?
The soldier doesn't really have an angle, and the demo can just double sticky straight through the skybox. Soldier not so much. I mean, your soldier could try to find an opening, see if he can come through cliffside, for example, but all those are kind of pretty risky, and there's no consistent way to set it up. So it's not so much a double bomb as it is just a bomb.
that long strip of cliffside, there's like a little opening. And there's a bush in there. Can snipers sit there and take a sightline right there?
I mean, this
there,
is a pub spot here, which is fine. Like you want to do this for some 1 or 2 shots. That's fine. The big problem with this is if they call you out, you have nothing, like not a damn thing. So a scout rushes you, you're dead. That's it. No questions. Going once.
The same thing, but with mini sentries.
Hmm?
Is it possibly the same thing, but with wrangled mini sentries?
It's possible, but a better use of your time is to go on cart anyway.
Okay.
So if you want the wrangled minis, just push on cart, drop a mini right here in the open, and then wrangle it from here instead of like sitting in the corner back here. So yeah. More questions? Going once. Going twice. Alright. I'm trying to speed this along because we do have to get to third. This is the first meaty hold that I really want to cover, and then the last is also a two-stage point essentially, except both stages matter. So, first of all, here's the hold. You're going to put a dispenser over here in the C house. You're going to see a lot of pubbies try to put it in this doorway or against the C sign over here. Neither of these are correct. It is always in this house. Always, always, always. Do not do anything else. Sentry. I'm going to give you 3 different competing spots. First, fairly aggressive. Out here in the front. Second,
I'm moving this.
really fucking passive and baity. This is my personal favorite, but it might not work with your team. You just need to line it up against the wood right here. And that's really fucking passive and baity. Third is just basically somewhere in the middle, kind of standard. It's right here. So we're going to leave it in the basic standard position. Alright, so. Sniper, you're going to take heals, and you're generally going to be playing around shithouse. Your job is usually to control, lock this entire sightline down through the choke. Demo, Pyro, you're all going to be sitting around this corner. Your demo is going to also be trying to control this choke point over here. Spam down if you need to. You can also rotate out here and try to help cart. Important, you need to remember to help cart. And not only is it, you know, people think of it as like, oh, scout is responsible for cart. Your scout can't do it alone. If anyone's pushing cart, all of you need to find some opportunity to see if you can help them hold that. So just right off the bat, make sure you know that it's not only your scout's responsibility to do cart. Heavy, you're going to be sitting in that elbow over there. Other names, in case you guys don't know, are U-turn and bucket, because there's a bucket here and because it's a U-turn. Also banana, so elbow, banana, U-turn, bucket. One that I heard a long fucking time ago that no one uses anymore, but it's still funny as hell, is Auschwitz. So any number of these things is perfectly fine. So your job here is literally just come here, get a buff your medic that's sitting in that dispenser. Come over here and you just play over here. You can control catwalk from this position. You can slowly peek this and control choke, and they're going to have a hard time pushing into you. They're going to have to they're going to devote a lot to push you out. Just make sure when you're taking too much damage, back out. You can sit in this corner and eat a sandwich, get your buff, and come right back in. That's all well and good. Perfectly fine. Soldier, you're going to be sitting up here on this, on catwalk, and you're just going to be controlling from this position. So the reason catwalk is important, A, you don't want to let a sniper up here for free. You don't want to let anyone up here for free, basically. So you're going to be working with your heavy to control catwalk over here. Both of you. You're responsible for this. Meanwhile, you're also responsible for sitting over here and shooting on cart if something's happening over here. You just get to sit right on this railing and shoot down, and they can't really do much about it. You can also shoot choke if they choose not to deal with you and they're just walking in. You can just sit right here and shoot. You can also shoot into house a little bit from this angle, but all these are kind of a little more gimmicky. Mostly cart and catwalk. Those are your responsibilities. Scout, you're going to be playing generally cliffside. Generally. And under. So, again, you have a lot of rotation, but you can jump up here, fight cart. There's a lot of good terrain where you can just shoot people from and dodge and duck and weave and do your fancy hoppities, and it's difficult for them to hit you. The biggest thing you're going to have trouble with is minis. If they just drop a mini right there at the bottom, you're not going to be able to do shit. Make sure you're telling your demo repeatedly, "Demo man, kill the mini!" And then he comes over here, he one pipes it, and then you're good to go, and that's it. So yeah, scream at your demo to keep getting the mini down, and then you're good to just play around over here as much as you can. Something's going on cliff, like they're taking a push or their Ubers are fading, you can just double jump up this and then chase on cliff. All these things are good. Something's going on really far back and they're like getting fucked in the house. You can run straight through under and you can pop up behind them. So make sure you have an imaginative mind. Make sure you're keeping your think pan open. All these things are perfectly fine. So yeah, which class have I not talked about? Pyro. Again, same thing for the most part. You are just spy checking. You do want to actually come out here and spy check around your NG instead of just sitting inside your medic, because spies will often decloak back here or even just literally behind your NG, and they'll just come here for the sap and you're going to get caught very unawares if you're just sitting in this house and you don't see it. So again, you actually need spy checking rotations here. Come through here. Also, if your sniper's nestled up against this shit house, if a spy decloaks right here, he rounds this corner, kills your sniper instantly. You have no time to react. So you actually need spy checking rotations. Come through here, check your gun, check your sniper over here if his back against shit house, and that's it pretty much. Listen to comms because you're going to want to be ready for denying their Uber when they come in. All right, I'm going to talk about the Uber immediately next. Did I have anyone?
Heavy.
I talked about it. Elbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can the pilot just push people off the fucking cliff?
Theoretically, yes, but smarter people know how to avoid it. So, you know, you can try for it if they're not learned enough to deal with it.
Funny environmental kill.
Only if the enemy team sucks enough.
So
Generally, it's enough to knock them off the high ground and just force them onto the tracks. Generally.
I know you mentioned having the black box defending first point. Would you switch after first point, or are we still running black box right here?
That's up to you. It is still pretty strong to run black box here, but a lot of soldiers don't because they prefer having a fourth rocket. So it's up to you.
Got it.
Do you think as a scout playing cliffside, it would be like an advantage to take the force of nature for this point only?
Force of nature does kind of work for this point. I say kind
It's
of.
just gimmicky, I'd imagine.
It's not even necessarily gimmicky because it is consistent. It does one thing. You just knock people around. That's actually pretty fucking big. You don't even need to knock them off the environment. You just fucking like knock them. Look, all these different levels that people rely on to use to like judge their distances and their fights. You knock them off here, just down here. They're not in the fight anymore. You didn't even kill them, but whatever. They're gone. You know.
Yeah, and if they push those stairs right there, you can just shoot them once and they'll fucking fall right off.
Yeah. So all these are like fine. It's just you need to be aware that you're giving up a lot of DM potential.
Okay.
If they suck enough, couldn't you disorient them enough so they fall off the cliff on their own?
What? Sure,
What?
I guess, but okay.
You just confuse them enough.
All you gotta do is use the shortstop push. Come on.
All right.
We're the
So-
pyro air blast them off.
So here's the important thing about taking defensive Ubers. You need to be calling this out in advance. So this is why you need a lot of people out here, generally speaking, as a demo man. If you're peeking this and their sniper's sitting there in house and he's locking this down, don't try too hard to actually like just walk into a sight line because you're just gonna get sniped. But you need to remember you can still control this. Sit here at the corner. Use this plate of sheet metal as cover. You don't need to actually look into the house. Just sit over here and have some eyes down choke right down this line. So this way you still know if they're walking up choke and you can call to your team that they're coming up. I just need to specifically point this out because a lot of demos still think like, oh, their sniper's locking this down, but I need to see choke. It's like, no, just like hide right here. You're fine. Just see the choke, except not from literally staring the sniper down. So you just need to sit right here. There's a lot of sticky traps you can do, obviously in the grass if you want to. Against here, against here, against here, against here. My personal favorite, just for the gimmick, to put it right in the grass, and if you try to round the corner too tight, boom, we're off the cliff. And that's just how I like doing things. But yeah.
You're joking.
No, sir. But yeah, that's basically it. So make sure you're calming it out to your team early. They're coming up choke, and then your pyro needs to like instantly hear that and be like, okay, I'm here. I'm ready for the denial. And you take the Uber, you run around this corner, and you just air blast them back. You can air blast them back into the choke if they're closer here when you Uber in, or if they've already rounded this corner, you can just air blast them off this high ground. Bonus points if they land inside the cliff, but generally just off the high ground is perfectly fine. Keeping this gun up during this Uber trade is really strong. So, if you have a bit of time, you can, your pyro, you're like, oh, I knocked them away. If you can try to quickly whip around and see if your NG's dealing with a spy or something, that's fine. Same thing applies to your demo. If you're not in this Uber because your pyro's stuffing everything, turn around, check for a spy, see if you can, help out. Don't get stabbed during this whole thing. That's about it. Any questions?
Are there any other spots other than shithouse for the snipers to sit on?
I'm gonna go out on all the way on coaster, I guess. Just sit over here, snipe from this position, also into house. This is a really aggressive spot. You just need to take a buff, go for 1 or 2 shots, and then back up. But generally speaking, it's literally just take heals and just sit right here and lock this down.
Alright.
Oh, I will mention one alternative one that Percy pioneered. Not necessarily pioneered, but like he used a lot of it. You sit here behind your heavy and you watch card from this angle. It's just a good way for you to like help cart out in case they're really focusing that down and no one's peeking you from this angle. You're like, fuck it, I'm not getting anything from there anyway. So you just come over here and you focus on denying their cart. Any more questions? Going once. Going twice. All right. Let's talk about attacking upward. I have a surprise for you. You have been attacking upward third wrong this entire time. Like, everyone that tells you you come through house is a fucking liar, and they're a bitch. And I have single-handedly created a new way to push upward third that actually fucking works in invite scrims. So you're like, don't, whatever. I'm telling you, this is it. So, here's the through line. You're all going to be playing out here at the bottom of tracks, and you're all just going to be barreling cart time. Not literally all of you. So, basically, here's the problem with house. I want to preface this first. If you're coming through house, you have to deal with this long-ass sniper sight line that watches both this angle and catwalk a little bit, and you just have to worry about too much shit. You're like, oh, but there's a sniper, and even if I pass the sniper, there's a heavy, and even if I deal with the heavy, there's stickies, and it's like there's just too much shit. So this is why we avoid all that entirely. So once you're coming through, once you cap second, you can kind of stop through house first if you want, because this is a pretty safe place to generally stay. It's just not a good place to push from. But you're going to want to bring your combo out through tracks, out over here. First things first, make sure there's no sniper on coaster. Make sure you're clear. You can just walk all the way through. Make sure you're not going to just eat shit by walking out into a sniper sideline. Once that's clear, your medic is going to sit over here in this little triangle. In this corner, you can also sit all the way at the bottom. This is just a little worse because you might accidentally fall down. Actually, you can't accidentally fall down. That's fine. But you kind of get stuck over here sometimes too, so this is a little rough. But yeah, just sit in this triangle. It's a lot safer than it seems. Demo and Heavy, both of you are sitting at the bottom of the coaster, and you're just going to be shooting the top of the hill over here. You're going to be spamming this constantly, and you're just going to be covering everyone that's on cart. Who's on cart? Your scout, your NG, everyone having fun. Obviously, you're just going to be sitting here getting cart time as much as you can under the cover of your demo and your heavy. They're both going to be sitting right here and shooting anything that tries to stop you from pushing. Meanwhile, your sniper, you can either play back here to help out with your combo shooting that, if that's what you want to do, or you can play over catwalk. Your soldier, by the way, always plays catwalk in this push. Your soldier always takes catwalk up here and just plays back here and tries to shoot. The reason being, first of all, their soldier's not going to actually try to push you, because when this is happening, when they're all on cart, their soldier is guaranteed to be over here trying to fight this position instead of trying to rotate. All you need to do is make sure if you sit over here, this way at least they don't have a soldier and a scout just run through over here and shoot your medic from this position. This is like the one weakness, and this is why you have a soldier over here to cover this up and make sure they don't get to do that for free. So yeah, your sniper can either sit at the bottom of that cliff over there and help with that cliff pressure, or your sniper can come up over here and play catwalk and play this angle to shoot anything that's trying to peek from the other angle. So it's just kind of covering from a different side. Now, all you need to do is sit here and just shoot everything that is trying to stop your cart time until your cart rounds this first corner and is like one hill up over, like one ramp up from here. So now that your cart's been pushed all the way up here, you've guaranteed cart time all this way through. Now you can take this push to your heart's content. First of all, your heavy is not going to be coming up choke with you. Your heavy takes a buff. Your heavy fucks off through under because you guys are right here. Your heavy doesn't have a long rotation time anymore. Your heavy comes all the way through under and he plays shithouse here. Your heavy does not peak until you guys have actually taken your Uber in. He just sits at the bottom here and kind of waits it out and makes sure nothing takes this completely. Now you guys are ready to take your Uber. Demo, Pyro, Medic, all of you just walk up choke. The nice thing about this is because you've been sitting behind this corner, you're not actually pushing through a sniper sight line coming out of house. You're not walking up here, sniper. You're just actually rounding this corner, and you can use right around this corner if you absolutely have to. But you can even just sit down here, deal with the heavy first, and then like slowly work your way up once that heavy's forced to fuck off. After that, it's pretty much the exact same thing as far as taking Uber in goes. You literally just walk in with your demo, trade out the Ubers, focus the gun down if you can. The only difference is now, because you're guaranteed to have the cart all the way up here, because you've been sitting there covering your cart pushers just need to come up here and push cart all the way up the hill. You don't need to 100% win the Uber push. You don't need to get 5 kills. You don't need to knock everyone out. You just need to make enough space for your cart pushers to get it all the way up the hill, and then you can just bot for cart every single time. So it's literally just, all you need to do is think about cart 90% of the time, and then take one Uber push and make sure you guys are actually on the cart while you're doing that Uber push. And that is the simple way, guaranteed to simplify upward third for everyone's lives. Any questions? Yes, no? God, it's quiet. You ought to have a lot of questions. I'm throwing a completely different way to push upward third than most of you would have ever heard.
Is it viable
It's
to
like
run
the
the
only
10th
way I know
class?
how.
Is it viable to what?
To run the 10th class on this map.
It's technically viable, it's just illegal. I don't know, some
What's the
silly
more
rule about
traditional
ghosting or
way
whatever.
of people pushing this? Because I'm sure that people that we go against will not do it your way. They'll do it a more traditional way. Of
They're
pushing
gonna
this.
try to brute force their way out of house and up this hill, and that's the traditional way. All you need to do is keep your sniper alive, have him keep locking this down. Same thing with your demo, just keep your demo alive, do this. I already talked about this on defense, you literally just need to lock this down. So if they're doing it my way, which is if they're barreling cart time, it's the exact same thing, you just need to make sure you're all out here shooting anyone that's pushing cart, and that's all that matters on defense. But yeah, if they're doing it the traditional way, it's literally they're just gonna try to walk up the hill and straight through the choke point, which is bad, and it is so unreliable. And this is one of the reasons why I was thinking the entire time, there's got to be a better way. Any more questions? Everyone's already leaving for 9:30. I'm glad I got the bombshell push out of the way.
Actually, I think I've seen RGL streams and where teams like Kids Next Door has been doing the technique.
Mm-hmm. I got the inspiration for something Kids Next Door did. They don't do it exactly the way I do, and I kind of specialize it into a full strat. They just tend to, like, they'll just generally sit at the bottom here, and they'll have their demo spam in this way to try to, like, catch people in the corner. And then their heavy's gonna, like, play pretty close and try to bot cart time. He tries to go shithouse really early. My way is literally just, I want cart time and nothing but cart time.
Okay.
But yeah, I did get the inspiration from seeing them do that consistently and thinking like, oh yeah, you know, then they're not doing house. It's just so bad. And I promise you, ever since then, I've been seeing no teams ever in invite come through the house. They always try some tracks pressure, one way or another.
Should we expect it being an amateur team?
No, an amateur. A lot of teams are probably going to be learning the traditional, the old-fashioned way, which is coming through here. So you should expect to defend more house than on tracks. But yeah, if you see someone doing it my way, then you know either they were here for this map review as well, or they've been watching a lot of RGL casts.
Alrighty.
Like, I guarantee you, I'm the only person actually teaching it this way. There are a lot of other teams that do it this way, like something like this, but none of them are mentoring.
Where again does Sniper sit on attack?
On attack, either at the bottom of the cliff with your combo and watching the same angle, or on catwalk with the soldier and just watching from a different, like an alternative angle.
Alright. What secondary does Sniper use on this map?
Always one of the two backpacks.
Alright, does that mean Danger Shield or Camper?
Yeah.
Alright. Why is SMG not viable?
Your team's playing right, you don't need it.
Alright.
I mean, it's strong, it's viable. If you're getting chased down, it deals more damage than people realize. It's just, yeah, if your team is playing correctly, you're not going to need it.
It's not
Just
like I
sit
use
with
it
your combo.
anyway.
Yeah. Come on, ask your questions. Otherwise, we're going to move on to last.
What do you think goes best in pancakes?
Genuine maple syrup. Like, it needs that tang instead of, like, fucking store generic syrup that's weird and too sweet. You know, maple syrup's got that nice savory aspect to it.
So while you're playing engineer on defense, what is going to be more of your idle time that you're going to be implementing once you have a level 3 dispenser, sentry, everything? Maybe even fodder.
Look out for spies. Look out for spies. Just keep an eye out for, like, if you need to pull out your Wrangler at any moment. You just need to be ready on a dime.
Okay.
Teleporter location on defense?
No teleporters past first. Well, on last there is one, but yeah.
Teleporters on offense?
just get him up and get your team to the front line. There's a lot of different things you can do. A lot of teams put it in the house, bottom here. But if you're doing it if you're playing upward the way I recommend, it's probably better to have the teleporter outside, because then instead of coming through the house and rounding back around here, they take the teleporter out here and then they just come over here. So that's about it. More questions. We're gonna move on to 4th. Unless someone asks. Alright, we're moving on.
I'm moving this.
Alright, so there are 2 stages to last. Both of them are pretty strong. One is stronger than the other, obviously the forward one, but both of these need to be considered basically as individual holds, because what's going to happen is on defense, you're going to want to take one of those holds, and then when you lose the forward hold, you're going to want to back out into the other hold that is still fairly strong. So, this is the engineer hold. You need to do this dispenser block. You need to do this dispenser block. Make sure you remember, you need to do this dispenser block.
Of course, the dispenser block, but why isn't it the sentry on patio or wherever it is? Yeah, right
the sentry's
there.
over here on bats because that's the balcony. It's just over here because it has a better angle into main, and it just kind of provides better coverage overall. You just play a little further back and not worry too much about it. Also, this way, if you're playing out on balcony, here's part of the problem: spies can actually decloak up here.
Well,
and they can set the gun and just gun you down. No. I mean, technically yes, but you're playing Highlander. Your comms are messy as shit.
Okay.
Don't rely on hearing spies, ever. Make sure you're actually turning around. Alright, so, yeah, you're gonna have your gun over here. The good thing about this is you can actually see decloaks wherever they're coming from, and make sure you're ready for it. So yeah, just sit over here, wrangle this most of the time, pretty much permanently, as a matter of fact. You don't need to ever let it go because you're not really watching for any bombers. You're just trying to make sure this thing soaks up a ton of damage and puts out damage in equal amounts. Okay, so, like I mentioned, dispenser block down there, gun over here on the battlements, and then you need your telly up here. Not necessarily in the kind of funny spot where I put it up against the window, but you do need your telly up here, at least outside of this spawn door, for a reason that I will make obvious. I fucked that up. Whatever. So, well, not in this corner. Let me get this up first, and we'll talk about it.
I always
yeah, you're gonna want
crates or right next in that pool entrance, right there.
It needs to be in the hallway. I've kind of
yeah.
instinctively put it in the corner, just because corner teleporter is just instinctive. But this is technically the correct spot, and this is the better spot. So you want to like a little further in the hallway. The reason being, you want it to be immune to being spammed out and just like getting caught from any position. So if you have it right here, people can technically spam it just barely. If you have it in the hallway a little bit, then there's no spam angle that clears it out. And if you have it in this corner out here, then it's a little exposed, and people have to there's just a bunch of bullshit that they have to deal with. All right, so. And that is the engineer setup. I have to cover that first. So the reason you have the teleporter out there in front of that spawn door is because what's going to happen is the spy's going to come through the bottom here, and he's going to be like, all right, I need to get upstairs, and he's going to have to deal with the dispenser block. First thing, dispenser block. And he's like, oh no, what do? He saps it, he kills it, whatever, he gets past it. And then now he comes up.
You can't jump over that dispenser, right? You can't?
You can. You can.
Attacking?
Cannot.
Right.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So he comes up here, and he's thinking like, oh, there's a teleporter in that hallway. But what's going on is the teleporter is actually guarded by you right here and your sentry, and you can actually see if anyone tries to take the teleporter, so you can always communicate it to your team. If your team wants to take the teleporter to get up there, it's not like it's any different for them. They spawn, they're like, okay, I walk in, and then they jump up here and they take it. So it's no different for your team, but it's a lot better for you holding onto it and protecting it. So that's why you always put it up here. Make sure you remember that. Put it up here, entrance, and then the exit is always in the hallway. Just little engineer details. All right. So now that we have that all sorted out, let's talk about actual hold. Your combo is generally going to be holding up here in tiles. If your sniper can get up here consistently, your sniper is going to be wanting to hold up here with them as well. Playing crates is really strong. It's a nice long angle that their team can't really deal with consistently. This is a sightline, by the way.
You can shoot through that?
There's no black bullets clipped.
Yeah, you can shoot through this, but you can also just stand right here and do that, whatever, who cares. And your combo is just going to be sitting over here, and their job is mostly to prevent people from pushing up through this. So, real quick, the traditional push is through under, and that is still one of the strongest, just letting you know, so that's kind of what you should be expecting. Medic, generally you're going to sit in this corner. More often, medics are kind of sitting back here now, though, so this is like, just keep it in mind. Heavies, you're going to be sitting literally right at the top of the stairs, and you're just going to body block this, and you're going to control this for the most part. And Pyro, you're just going to be sitting here, spot checking, controlling, whatever. Demo, you should be playing fairly far forward, and you should be controlling Spiral over here. Get stickies above this doorway, get it at the bottom, whatever. If nothing's going on here, if you know there's a sniper, you can peek this and try to push them a little bit. But generally speaking, just keep stickies up here and control this. If they're trying to push you, just back up. You can give a little bit of ground up, get healed up a little bit, and then try to spam them through this window and just prevent them from pushing. Because even if they like 15 people up here, now they have to push into you guys through a tight choke point where you can just sit over here and stuff them in. So it's not like it's all lost if you do lose tiles. You just need to make sure that you don't completely fuck it up. And you don't die while you're holding it. All right, so yeah, it's basically just here. You're responsible for this. Don't let people in for free. Don't get spied because they can't watch you for you. So make sure you're turning around and checking for spies. And then, yeah, you're just sitting over here. What they're going to try to do is they're going to try to spam your heavy over here. You just need to, like, if they're trying to take an Uber push right through, you don't actually really need to worry about Ubering your Pyro forward. You can literally just Uber your heavy right here and just have them body block this. And your Pyro can come in and try to stuff them back a little bit. But for the most part, you can just sit here with a heavy, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah, it's literally just sit here and fight and don't die and try not to peek stupid shit while your sniper is back here locking down the long angles. You just need good comms to make sure that you know where they're coming from. And most importantly, if they're trying to bring like 15 people here and trying to knock your heavy out of this without committing an Uber, your heavy needs to let your demo know. Demo man, I'm being spammed. Your demo's gonna be like, okay, I'm giving up Spiral. Your demo backs out over here and he starts helping. You can just sit over here and, you know, shoot from high ground to low ground. And you do more damage than the heavy does. You're just worse at actually holding this spot and stopping them from pushing. All right. Important thing to remember. Here's what you're going to instinctively do when they push in. You're going to be like, oh no, they're pushing in. You're going to try to back off and hold S. This is the wrong thing to do. If you start holding S into this hallway, it's a straight line. You have no room to dodge through. They can literally just shoot you. A demo man walks up this staircase and he just stickies right into this hallway and you have nothing you can do. Do not back out through this hallway if you can help it. If you can help it, if Spiral isn't totally fucked over, this should be every single person's initial reaction. Instead of kiting backwards, kite into this area. So what happens then is if they're trying to push up here, you guys are actually creating a lot more space just by rounding the corner. So you like walk around this area, but now that they're sitting at the bottom trying to fight you, they actually have to commit all the way up here and then round this corner to shoot you in here. Instead of, for example, if you just back into the hallway, they can just shoot you from this position. But it's, you know, like, yeah, that's my point. You're gonna walk less and you're gonna be able to actually back out. So what happens next is if they're walking through and you're trying to back out into this corner over here and you're like, oh, but Flare, now that I'm here, aren't I stuck and I'm not able to leave? You're wrong, actually. What you do is you just jump down here and you're out. That's it. And you back out over here to the pub hold. So, to recap, heavy up here at the top of the stairs, medic and pyro sitting over here, demos in here, watching this clock room, controlling that spiral staircase. You guys need to remember to kite towards this battlements area over here, not through the hallway. Do not kite back out this way, kite this way. And if you have to, just jump down and leave from this position. That's it. All right, so that entire time I was about the combo. Let's talk about the flank really quickly. So it's really simple. Soldier and your scout, both of you are going to be playing under, and you're going to be controlling under. If they bring their combo through under and they're trying to push and take their Uber in, all you need to do is let your combo know and let them know that you're doing this, that they're doing that, and you can just sit over here and wait for them to fail it so that you can come in from behind and clean them up from this position. Soldier, in particular for Soldier, if you hear that your demo's giving up Spiral or he's telling you that you need to go up, you can rotate out here, jump up, and take that position for him. Because he's not going to be able to hold that 24/7. He might need to rotate to help his heavy. All you need to do is jump up there, get into that spiral position, help your take over for your demo, and just sit here and control this. Same way he does. Just spam this choke point, peek this if there's snipers over here, and knock them out, and that's it. It's literally that simple. And then once your demo's like, okay, I'm good, you can like, okay, I'm ready, and you jump back down, and you play with your scout again. That's really it. So, any questions about that forward hold? Oh, I didn't mention, if you're a sniper and you can't get over there to crates consistently, this is basically just the other thing you're doing. Playing from here, playing from up here, playing on top of your gun, so that they can't snipe you easily. That's it, yeah. Questions, please.
Wouldn't you get spammed if you sat on the gun as sniper?
No.
Dr. Flare, why are you so cool?
I've played this game for 9 years, and I have 7,000 hours in it, and I have done nothing better with my gaming life.
What
I don't know
update
if-
did you start playing on?
Free-to-play update.
Gamer man.
Oh, really? Not the war update?
No, not
Oh, I've been playing before you then. Oh shit.
yeah. Thick.
Probably just not as much.
No, I had like 3 different accounts. One
I
of
would
which
assume that-
I tested LMAO bots on when I was like
Fool, I
11.
have 70 alternate count.
You fool.
All right, more questions.
Fool.
You wins the face review.
When we
Hey guys, what's up?
passive-
Oh shit.
Easy.
My face
This
isn't a
is
secret.
my-
I used to stream a lot, so I'd just be like, "Yo,
You should stream
Chat.
more. You should stream more. I'll sub to you. I'll follow your Twitch if you stream right now.
Yo, what
No.
key stick is that?
what, where, what?"
He's got his own
Wait, key
Discord.
stick guitars in the back.
Oh, I got a Epiphone Les Paul Studio. I got a Squire, like cheap ass shit, Squire Jaguar bass, and and some Yamaha acoustic guitar. But mostly I'm a pianist.
Is it viable to use that to taunt kill on this map?
Gravy,
No.
gravy.
Would you consider your room a gamer pad?
No, it is a musician pad. See that studio? That home studio?
I haven't been looking too close at the video. Hold on.
I
How do I
can't
full
maximize it.
screen it?
What
You
do
right
you do?
click.
Music.
You have to click the
Right click,
actual
focus
video
this
screen.
person.
and
Okay,
you have
thank
to
you.
click
Thank you.
on that.
I got it.
Oh, you also have a mattress just sitting in the back of your room on the wall.
It's just fucking there. Like, it's not even for padding or anything. I just have a fucking mattress. Like, I can't get rid of it.
I have one of those on,
I'll take
on
it.
my wall.
Not gonna lie, dude, my fucking cat, when I moved out of my parents' house, it would just, you see the top of that mattress? He'd just jump up there and fucking chill all day.
Yeah,
Whenever
I
went
don't
to
blame
visit.
him. I don't blame him. But yeah,
The
I
dog-
used to
the dog
stream.
couldn't get him.
I used to
It
stream a
might
lot
just-
when I was actually maining in Highlander. Now that I'm not, I don't really have any content, and I like my privacy, so I don't really stream much. But yeah,
I was
It
in
is
the
what it
Flare
is.
Discord.
yeah, Flair's little get together.
Yo, you have a Discord and you haven't invited us?
What am
Yeah,
I
you
Nothing-
just talk in
nothing
it.
happens
Nothing
in it.
happens in it.
So
It-
what?
Why don't we
It
make
doesn't
something
even announce
happen?
streams. And then it just like it broke one day. I was like, fuck it. No one does anything in this server anyway.
Why don't we make something happen?
I don't know, man. This is the Discord. This is like where everyone shows up and gets reviews. This is what I do here.
Well, this is not quite where you stream, is it?
I stream the review.
Other than that,
I'm
I don't have
surprised.
anything
Map
else to
review
stream.
when?
I'm surprised that we're the only team that really shows up, other than like a few stragglers. We're like the whole team showing up.
other than our medic, who's probably asleep.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
Oh,
hurt
I was,
him.
dude. We were playing Jailbreak with him. I mean, I was playing Jailbreak with him like all day, and then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna go to sleep at like 5." This
Oh,
fucking map review.
Damn it!
Dude, I swear to God, Hammer has crashed more times for me than Japanese bombers have hit Navy ships.
No, yeah, like a lot of amateur teams don't really know much about mentoring, and they don't know who to get it from. And you know, like mostly for the Flare reviews, mostly I got around by word of mouth. People were like, "Yo, this Flare dude, he gives great map reviews and demo reviews. Go check him out." So if no one's doing word of mouth, I'm like, I don't fucking advertise. I don't
who-
I came here
Who
because
said
I
that?
was
That was,
willing to
uh,
see
Dude,
you.
I'll
Jamelia.
advertise for you any day of the week, bro. I'll
Yeah,
get
just bring your
100
friends, man.
followers.
Like
I
all I
think
want
big
is for people to
followers
learn to
on
play
Twitch.
TF2. So just like
I-
bring whoever you want, man. I
I
don't.
think G Fuel might have a little something for you.
Nah, my little something's for my baby boy,
All right.
Jeremillion.
Alrighty then.
All right. So I'm assuming that means when no one has questions, let's talk really quickly. Once you have to back out into the passive hold, because you have to give up the forward hold. Remember, don't ask me when you have to give up the forward hold. If you lose too many players, just fucking do it. So basically, the passive hold is your combo sitting on balcony. Your heavy's gonna sit right here on this spool, and just like shoot cart right here. So the reason this works is because you can just spy check for your entire team on balcony, like your combos are all right here. There's nowhere for the spy to decloak that will fuck them up. You just like sit right here and help them. A soldier tries to bomb up, you destroy them, and then if they're trying to push cart from that position, you can just kind of like peek it a little bit, like walk out a little bit and start helping clear that. Meanwhile, your demo and your medic are just sitting over, well, not your medic, but your medic's like actually back here, like trying not to die, but your demo's just sitting at the top here, raining stickies down on the tracks and just trying to control this. The big thing you have to worry about is snipers that get up there, and you're just gonna have to try to like spam them out with your pipes, and that's really all you can afford to do. Your medic's just, if their sniper is all the way up there and your medic is back here, your medic should probably be hiding instead of actually out there. Just like sit back here and let your team come to you for buffs.
Hey, there's a door that's right adjacent to that one. Doesn't that close after you cap a certain point?
Yeah, it closes after third's capped.
Alright.
So pretend that's not open, that's all.
When combo's playing up on balcony for this passive hold, should flank be watching out for medics switching to crits? Because if crit stickies get up there, they're all dead.
It's the same principle as crits on any point. If your combo's holding in general in any area where they clump up, crits is always a problem, but then crits is always only as much of a problem as it is the demo man can hit his stickies. So, like people ask me about crits a lot. I feel like someone's already asked me here, and I give them the exact same feel every time. Crits is only as good as the people that take it. Always. So yeah.
I asked it this time because whenever we fucking play scrims, and occasionally in our actual matches, someone will always switch to crits, and we can never deal with it for some reason.
Shoot them. Walk into them and shoot them. That's how you always deal with crits. Don't run away. Walk into them. Alright, so yeah, so that's where your combo's going to be playing. Your pyro can sit there with combo in general if you want, but at this point, if your combo's just sitting right there and kind of playing like little bitches up here on balcony, you generally aren't really needed because, like I said, your heavy's sitting right here and your heavy can spy check everything anyway. So what I recommend you do is finally, for once in your goddamn life, you get to have fun as a pyro instead of sitting with your team. So all you need to do is run the detonator and detonator jump into spiral and just go have fun, whatever. Go find kills. Go.
Should you be using like the back burner for that, or
I would, but I'm a crazy person. It's not because it's good. It's just because I like having fun.
Just because it's insane. Just occasionally you'll get something really nice.
Yeah, exactly. Same principle with the flank, the soldier and scout, except that is actually what you're supposed to do, not just a thing that you can do if you're bored. So you are actually supposed to jump up there and control that for reasons. First of all, if your soldier's up there, let me hop on soldier. Your soldiers are up there, on top of the fact that now you're playing from an alternative angle and you get to kind of hunt down their sniper wherever the fuck he is. You also get to shoot cart from this position without being really too punished. So if they're just all trying to barrel streak through main, you can sit up here and shoot down. And this really punishes them if they've chosen to like knock you guys out of the upper, but they forgot that they need to actually hold the upper as well. Then you're just sitting up here raining down on them. And they're like, oh, but what? I thought they were pub holding. It's like, no, just jump here and shoot them. The other big reason is because if you come here with your scout and you're both playing up here, you get to control the one thing that fucks your combo up. If they're trying to hold on balcony. Like I said, a sniper is the main thing that will really ruin you guys, and some snipers, they get to walk all the way over here, charge up a shot, and then fuck your heavy completely. So if you're just playing up in that spiral area, you can hunt down a sniper if you know he's trying to come up here, and you just chase with your scout. Destroy him, don't let him get out, and you just make sure you control this. And this way you're basically always forcing the sniper to come through main. Apart from that, it's literally just come over here and try not to let them take a high ground for free. Even if, you know, you're not getting to hunt the sniper down, if you know their sniper's there and they're bringing their entire combo up here, you can still sit here as a soldier and just spam this, like, just sit back here and just keep spamming and don't let them sit up there shooting your combo. Like, you're just helping pressure that a little bit. So this is where you play as a flank. That's about it. As far as the NG goes, you are pretty much still doing the exact same thing. You still want to get your gun over here. You still want to see if you can put the dispenser block up. The only thing is, I would recommend at this point, if you are backed up to passives, can really think about whether or not you have time to put the mini sentry up. Because if you don't, the level 3 up. Because if you don't have time for the level 3 and like build your full gun, minis are a perfectly viable way to play this. So here's what I want to talk about as far as minis go and how you play that. Here's a little thing I learned from Wax Engineer for Cuties for this season. Learned this from him like, I'd say like 2 to 3 seasons ago. It's really interesting. So all you do is if you know you have to come up on minis and you know that they're sacking 1 million people on cart, what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up over here to the balcony. You're gonna put a mini sentry at the back of this crate right here,
Building this.
and then you're gonna jump out onto the cart, and you're gonna play from the other side. So you can either play under if that's what you feel like doing, or if the cart is already up against that little hill right here and it's just sitting right here and they're like, oh, we're going to try to do that, you sit against the cart from this position. So what happens is either they try to walk onto the cart and deal with the mini sentry first, and they're like, oh, it's a mini, we're going to hide from the mini, and they walk over here and you're like, howdy, partner, and you just shoot them. So that's a cool little way for you to cover extra angles and just kind of have a mini that covers the side that you're not doing. Alright, but apart from that, just generally plop a mini down if you have to, and like you can still do the whole, I'm a mini wrangler, yeah, whatever, that's fine.
What skin shotgun is that?
Warbear, I think, is what it's called. Red Bear.
That's fine.
It's pretty neat. Yeah, so that's the passive hold. If you kill like 5 or 6 of their players and you know that it's gonna, and you know you have enough time, just get your team out of the passive hold, walk back upper, and retake the forward hold. So it's not too much. Just all you need to do to retake the forward hold is essentially hold out on this passive hold until they fuck up, and then just come back in and retake upper. So yeah, that's about it. So any questions?
What's your favorite color?
What is this, 5th grade? I don't have a favorite color.
What's your favorite combination of color?
What's your favorite
I don't
Crayola
know,
brand?
like off-white and royal purple, I guess?
That's really nice.
Why is all your loadout green?
Is it? I mean, this one's green just because it has a military look to it. It's mostly white. This one's not green at all.
Why Tesla coil?
Tesla coil is good. I like it.
This it's only scorching flames, and that's only because there wasn't burning flames. Otherwise, I would have gotten the burning flames with the burning beanie. This is just...
Can't you paint that one green though?
No, that's not paintable.
That sucks.
This is my fresh, noble, gentleman pugilist demo man.
I love the effect.
Yeah, pretty neat. This is my stupid loadout, but...
You did well.
Okay, hang on, let me show you that close up.
That loadout's fucking cursed.
What
Kiss
the
me.
shit?
Heavy weapon guy has 2 mouths.
You.
Is that a quick switch, or is it like an actual thing you can do?
What?
I'm
Is that
pretty
a
sure the
quick
bird
switch?
head and the
Oh,
Yeti
that's
head
an
are
actual thing you
cool.
can do. It's just right there.
Oh,
I don't know why.
God.
It just is.
Why? Does the chicken head a misc or something?
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
probably.
Alright, so
Heavy
this
has
is
3 sets of eyes.
actual loadout.
We're a good team.
You see the engineer. He's cool. I like him. Medic's kind of cool, I guess. This is old, but there's just nothing better.
Beard.
Sniper is, okay, apart from the stupid crocodile loadout.
Okay, scaly.
Why did I do that? Oh. It's just my sniper loadout.
Wake boy.
Everything black.
Christian.
Everything black.
Still,
Even black, unusual
I
effect.
can't afford that that advantage.
And I got the classiest motherfucking spy. You know the secret to my loadouts? Breakneck baggies. Like you paint that after 8.
Like one loadout.
Like look at that, look at that. It's painted after 8 and it just looks like you'll barely notice the stripe.
Yeah.
You know, it just looks like it's fucking a black pair of pants. It's stylish.
Why do you have a weeb?
I don't.
Oh,
I
this-
fucking.
It's because it's a kunai. It's because it's a Japanese knife, so I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
It's a weeb knife.
It's Life Stealer.
Say?
Life Stealer. Because it's a kunai. It steals life.
Raifu Stira.
Yeah, you can't wear the new the smoker jacket without breakneck baggies because it looks just so shit.
Yeah.
Unless you're on blue. If you're on blue, then it looks more barren.
I like your celiac disease.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. I'm a fan of witty names and descriptions in general. All of these are original. All of them.
Except for the weed knife. I've seen that before.
It is what it is, man. It's fucking... Let me turn off my video. This is probably the most accurate of all of them.
You're so close to 40,000.
Played a lot of Demo Man. Also pretty accurate.
Man.
Original soldiers, am I right?
I like this. It's just cute. We were doing a map review, but this is just an item review now.
Dude, can I talk about my map now?
Back review.
Hell
Talk
yeah.
about random stuff?
What maps are we reviewing now?
You guys want to look at Borneo? Like,
Fuck
I
yeah.
thought we need blue
Yeah,
push.
we also didn't
need
do the
blue
final
Sport
offense
map
push.
review.
final offense. Final offense. Final offense.
We need to
Final
get back on track. It's like when the
offense.
teacher starts telling a story.
Yeah, you know, I had teachers like that, and it's funny and it's interesting, but it only works because I can pass the classes anyway, so whatever, I'll take entertainment. Okay, first thing on final offense. First things first. First things always first. Soldier. You're a soldier, man. You come here. Shoot that wall right there. Just come over main. Shoot that wall. So that'll get rid of that dispenser. That'll make sure your spy is not going to tear his eyes out. It's like, what do I do? Just come over here, shoot that wall. That's it. Always wait for Uber before trying to push. Don't try your luck too much. Especially not at this low div where you can't really wing it and you can't figure it out from basic shit, so just... I like this revolver.
What
Just,
skin is that?
Blitzkrieg.
That's not. I didn't know that
Yeah.
it could look like that.
It's pretty nice. Looks nicer on the knife, though. I'll show that later, I guess, but whatever. So yeah, just sit over here, shoot the gun, shoot the wall. You're generally going to bring your sniper out here and see if he can take the SVS. He can also sit right here against this crate and see if he can get the shot in this way. There's tiniest of sightlines if that medic decides to, for some reason, peek through there, but probably not. Out over here into this window, and then slowly take the crates. If you dare, you can try to win the SVS into the tiny-ass crack on that crate, but fat chance, you know, it's pretty hard. Apart from that, just come out here, SVS, shoot the NG if you can, whatever, sniper's all good. So basically, once you have Uber, you're pretty much just going to want to take your combo through under and try to take a straightforward Uber exchange. Just come down here and knock them out. So the problem with this is obviously they have all the cards here, so you do want to generally try to knock their heavy out of position first. So you don't want to just walk in with the Uber right away. See if you can knock him out, make sure he's a little bit out of position, and then after that, if their heavy backs way the fuck up, I actually recommend taking a Pyro Uber in instead of a Demo Man. So you bring your Pyro forward, and you just try to walk at them. The reason being this way, you completely take the possibility of them of stickies flying past here and doing 0 damage while they back this way completely out of the equation. If they're trying to back away from you as a Pyro, you can make that work by actually pushing them even further away. Essentially, you're just going to knock them out of their own hold if they're trying to kite your Uber out. And then if they're trying to kite this way, you just round the corner and hold mouse 1, and it's like, where are they going to fucking dodge to? So I actually recommend Pyro Ubers a lot over here. Just come over here, try to walk in, destroy that. As a heavy, when you're coming in with your team, you guys are all coming in up here, I recommend you sit at the bottom of the staircase. If you don't really know what's going on, you don't know whether the fight's being won, you just come over here, sit at the bottom. This way, anything that tries to re-push through the stairs, they're like, we're going to come out here and shoot you. You're going to be right here at the bottom, head glitching, and you're just going to wipe them from this position. Meanwhile, your demo should still be at the bottom trying to fight, and then you're going to try to work your way up once these Ubers are exchanged. You're going to come in for post-Uber.
Hey, what targets does, if your Pyro's Uber, what targets does he chase first?
Same thing as always, like the demo. You need to find that medic first, make sure that they pop Uber. And then after that, just focus down anything that isn't Ubered because you want to make them flash. And if they're air blasting you back, you air blast them back. And then it's a derpy-ass Uber. Alright. The alternative is if you know that they're not doing anything with Spiral, like from this position, and they're not holding it, they're not really doing much, you can have your sniper come over here, just have him hard scope this angle, and try to pick people off when you guys pressure them. And this is fine if you know for a fact that they're not going to pressure you guys on Spiral. Otherwise, you know, if you feel like it, Blitzkrieg straight through Spiral, walk through clock, all the way through and be like, we're going to take a direct Uber trade, and we don't give a shit. This is weird, but it works sometimes, and, you know, it's pretty much just brute force. All right, so the basics of this is you just want to take your Uber to try to knock them out of upper. After that, you want to control this, put your sniper up here. Like we talked about on defense, this is the best place for your sniper to be. Get him up here, out into this big-ass sight line, control this entire area, and then you're going to want to have your heavy, like, take a 450, put him on the cart with Fist of Steel, and then just try to get as much cart time as possible. Demo, your job is to, like, you guys really need to focus the gun now. After that, once you take upper, so make sure your demo and your soldier are both coordinating fire into the gun. If your spy can get up there and sap it, even better, just get the gun down. Once the gun's down, while your heavy's pushing cart, your soldier is responsible for jumping balcony. So he comes out through main here, just jumps right up and takes that. And then he's trying to, you know, basically push into their spawn and keep them locked in. And then you just get cart time all the way through. So that's pretty much the basics of it as far as the push goes. Everyone else is just going to be doing the basic things. Scout, Engie, you're going to try to get cart time all the way through no matter where your team is at. Just, you know, bot that all the way through. As a scout, if you're having trouble getting cart time, but your team is taking the push up, I recommend instead of trying to get cart, you just run upper once the Ubers are traded, because if you can come up here and you know, get meat shots in, this is really good for your team, because you help them a lot with that post-Uber. All right. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much the gist of pushing into last. It's more complicated on defense than it is on offense. Offense is pretty much just brute force. Any questions?
Is it viable to wear pants on this map?
You know, I've heard rumors that if you don't wear pants, Gabe Newell comes out and gives you a kiss, like a really, really deep one.
I know
Does
it.
that improve your gameplay, or does it not?
It affects.
Give you a chance to get random crits?
It gives me a boost in my gameplay, if you know what I mean.
never thought about that window spot for spy. Can you just sit there
Yeah, you can just sit right here.
and just wait?
Yeah, but like I talked about, this isn't really the good spot. It's the one directly above the door.
You
on
can see
balcony.
through that window, though, right? So what's the point?
Well, you're gonna be cloaked, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. But the
Actually-
better one is up here on the balcony.
Moon.
I don't know why. I was
Just
thinking maybe
headshot.
you get a decloak now.
Fun fact, there's actually dev textures still left in upward in the last point, but it's covered by other walls.
It's no clue.
Moon, if you manage to headshot an invisible spy that's just camping there, I'll give you a key.
Boy, how do we know if the spy's gonna be there?
You shoot there.
When and why?
Take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess. That's literally it.
I'm glad we have these talks, guys.
Do
Heavy.
I if I had shot an
It's gonna be a lot more fun on Cascade.
How would the spy even get up there without destroying the dispenser first? Wouldn't
Well,
you
that's
have
what the
already
soldier's
killed
for.
Yeah.
him?
We
Would've
went
already
over. The
killed him.
soldier's gonna destroy dispenser before you guys even push in to last.
I mean, if your spy is trying to get in and the dispenser isn't already down, sure, your spy does it, but it's better if your soldier does it because your soldier can do it more easily, and your soldier, when he kills it, that means the engineer doesn't know that whether or not there's a spy coming up, and he doesn't know whether or not to be checking right that moment. It just makes it easier.
Are we talking about off-topic stuff now, or?
I mean, you're welcome to ask questions, you're welcome to shoot the shit. I mean, I'm just sitting around at this point.
MG, let's go.
You like
really-
Rust?
Are you
a
allowed to
fan
trade
of
on
Rust?
this map?
Am I what now? What?
Are you a fan of Rust?
No, not really.
Are you a fan of
I-
cargo shorts?
No, not really. I like all my pants long, even in the summer. I wear jeans.
I have been having a lot of problems making a payload map. I have no inspiration to look at. I can look at points of like vigil, upward, everywhere. I can make cough maps easy. I'm working on Alta Duo. That's going pretty well, but I just don't know where to look for.
I remember Dross. That was fun.
Dross. Oh my god, they were the map. I don't work on that map anymore. But
Hey,
That was-
if you
that
want to hit me up, I will draw you a payload layout, and we'll like work on things at times.
holy
It
fuck,
wasn't that great of a
please.
map, but it was very fun to play with like Confixel the last time we talked
Oh
about
my
it.
god, fucking, he would just go heavy, and he had like some of the best positioning. I hated it.
It's-
You- Can I MG you?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
FREE
020, let's go.
creditreport.com, baby.
Awesome. I just got done with alpha for Ultimate.
Are there-